Year 2026. It was a cold, chilling night in Shimla. A light rain was falling over the mountains, and lightning flashed across the sky. On the deserted hill road of Rosgar, an old jeep slowly came to a stop. Stepping out of the jeep was Dev Malhotra, a calm, intelligent man who had given up everything for his love. With him stepped out his newlywed bride, Aliyah, an innocent face, eyes full of dreams, and a heart filled with hope for a new life. Dev had married Aliyah against his family's wishes. His family had rejected him, and now he had come to begin a new chapter of his life in his ancestral mansion, Rosgar Haveli. The mansion looked grand, but an eerie silence surrounded it. As Dev and Aliyah approached the main door, it slowly creaked open on its own. Dev smiled and said it was just the sound of an old building, nothing to be afraid of. Aliyah smiled faintly too, but an unknown fear had already begun to settle in her heart. The first night felt completely normal. The two of them sat in their room, dreaming about their future, sharing laughter and love-filled conversations. But at exactly 2 in the morning, the soft sound of a piano echoed through the Haveli. Dev was startled because there was no piano in the mansion. Aliyah said she could clearly hear the sound. They both went downstairs to the hall, but there was complete silence. There was no piano anywhere, yet the air had turned unusually cold and heavy. Over the next few nights, strange incidents began to occur. Aliyah repeatedly felt as if someone was watching her. There was an old painting of a woman hanging on the wall, with a mysterious smile on her face. In the silence of the night, faint sobbing of a woman could be heard coming from the basement. One night, Dev saw Aliyah get up in her sleep and slowly walk toward the basement without saying a word. The basement door opened on its own. Inside, there was deep darkness, a strong smell of damp earth, and scratched words carved into the wall. "Set me free." Aliyah's eyes were closed, but her voice had changed. In a low tone, she said, "You have returned." After 100 years, the ground seemed to slip beneath Dev's feet. The next day, Dev went to an elderly priest in the village. The priest revealed that in the year 1919, a woman named Ruhani Begum had lived in that very mansion. She was extremely beautiful, but her husband declared her insane and locked her in the same basement. She died there, suffering in isolation. Before her death, she swore that in the house where she had been imprisoned, no one else would ever find happiness. The priest told Dev that his own ancestors were responsible for that cruelty. Hearing this, Dev was shattered. That very night, a violent storm struck. Thunder roared and the mansion trembled. Suddenly, Aliyah's body lifted into the air. Her eyes had turned completely black, and her voice no longer sounded like her own. She said that all men are betrayers. Dev cried and pleaded, telling her that he truly loved her and could not lose her. Windows shattered, doors slammed violently, and chaos spread throughout the Haveli. Dev realized this was not just revenge, it was unhealed pain. He went down to the basement, cut his hand with a knife, and let his blood drip onto the ground, saying that if his bloodline had committed a sin, then he should be punished, but Aliyah should be spared. Suddenly, silence filled the mansion. In front of him appeared the figure of a woman dressed in white, Ruhani Begum. Tears filled her eyes. She said she had never received true love. Dev promised that he would tell her story to the world and ensure she received justice. A bright light flashed, and Aliyah fell to the ground. The storm stopped. Morning sunlight slowly spread across the mountains. Aliyah regained consciousness as if nothing had happened. Dev held her hand, and they decided to leave the mansion forever. The floor, Ruhani's face had disappeared from it. As they drove away from the Haveli, Aliyah softly asked if everything was truly over now. Dev smiled at her, but the camera slowly moved toward the basement of the mansion. On the dusty floor, words began to appear on their own. Justice has been served, but stories never truly end. In the distance, lightning faintly flashed across the sky, and everything faded into darkness.